You start to freeze at the bottom first.
That, some people do that, and then you flip it over, and then you can still get water out of them.
You got that from Arctic, didn't you?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
So again, it depends on the weather. If we're in the high 20s, low 30s, a water bottle and a day pack on your back won't freeze. Okay, you're gonna be moving around enough, probably drinking out of it every now and then. But remember, in that camp in the winter, where's the water turned on?
Only in the bathrooms.
There's a winter water tap at the beginning of the ball field, right near the flagpoles. There's water in the year-round head, right next to Keeler's Village and the craft cabin. Way down the other end, there's another winter head, and that's it. There's no water anywhere else. No, there's no sinks. The dining hall doesn't have water. It's all shut off and drained out to protect it so it doesn't break in the winter.
The only one that's working is the one at the ball field.
The winter head is that's the outdoor faucet. That's the only outdoor faucet
No,
working.
not the outdoor one, like the bathroom one.
What's wrong with down the other end? Shut down?
Yeah, they shut them down.
I'm surprised. They were built specifically to be up for winter. So you guys have to be prepared for that. Now you're staying in the line cabins. The nearest bathrooms to the line cabins are again that winter head over at the ball field. Not super far, but it's not, oh, I'm gonna get up and go into the bathroom on the other side of the hall. Well, no, not in the winter. So those of you that have been to Ockpick know that there are alternative things that one can do when one has to go to the bathroom at night. Those of you that have not been to Ockpick might want to consider asking those of you that have, because there's things called a pee bottle.
So there's two bottles you take with you when you go to a high adventure camp.
One for drink,
Two
one
bottles.
for pee.
Now, do you want those two bottles to be the same colors?
No.
You want to be able to differentiate those bottles. So in the middle of the night, you're not making any mistakes anywhere, huh?
Don't drink the lemonade.
How do you make the difference at night? Because this is not talk a little bit for Ockpick too. How do you make the difference at night?
I'm afraid I go level
So,
1.
some people and the guys at Ockpick talk about, you tie a stick to it. I have a very similar trick. The bottle that you're going to use to pee, you probably don't want to drop. Wrap a couple of rubber bands around it. Now you got a grip. And you know it's the right one.
I think if I go to the bathroom, I like.
Simple little tricks.
So there's another trick that they also say is to warm your sleeping bag. If you can
That's what I did.
boil water, put it into a bottle, throw it into your sleeping bag before you get in it. It's going to warm that sleeping bag. When you get in it, it'll be a little bit warmer. But guess what? You're going to take that bottle out because it may freeze during the middle of the night.
You don't want that.
And that'll make you very cold.
That bottle of water is a solid. That solid, if it's pressed up against the side of your sleeping bag, might compress that sleeping bag. Remember, the sleeping bag is 2 sheets of nylon with stuffing in between. As long as the stuffing is there, you're warm. When there's no stuffing, you're cold. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the actual stuffing is still there. If it's compressed down, there's no warm air to keep you warm. It has to be lofted up. You take that hot water bottle and leave it down at your foot. About 4 or 5 hours, that right foot's going to be frozen solid.
Absolutely.
Frostbite.
It can be scary. You need to be prepared. You need to, when you go to Ockpick, the teams at Ockpick make sure that you're ready.
yeah.
Right down to what clothing you're wearing.
They have a seminar.
And they will adjust your clothing, because my son went to Ockpick and I found out that the pants that you're wearing are wrong. Wear these. So they change you.
Oh, they actually give you.
They actually give you clothing to make sure that you're
Everything
right,
there.
because when you go out and hike, you go away from that building, and the next place that you're sleeping is in a snow building you built yourself. Yes.
Oh,
So,
trash.
was one of the types of boots they had Ockpick were like these Russian combat boots. They had a wool lining in them.
Yep.
They're really warm.
The Russian military boot and most of the European military boot, they have a winter style boot that has, it almost looks like a felt shoe, a lot like a ski-mobile boot, except it's tighter. They actually come out, and they come out so that you can dry them. Am I running over my time? Somebody,
No, it's
Yeah, about
What are we
half
doing?
an hour.
Mike, am I good? Do you have another event?
5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. Okay, good, I can talk forever.
Questions?
So I can take questions, we can talk more about boots. Let me tell you, I don't see many pairs of boots here. There's a pair. There's a pair. There's a pair. Oh, here's a good thing for winter. Yeah, sure. Do you have a flashlight? I think it was on the outside. Here's a good thing for winter. When does it get dark in the winter? Early. How early?
5:30.
Everybody had 4:30, 5 o'clock, and at the end of January, 4:30 to 5 o'clock. When are you guys gonna show up at Camp Norris? Aren't you not leaving here until 6? You're less leaving
6:30.
here. When are you gonna show up at Camp Norris?
About 6:37.
About 6:30. Right? Is it gonna be dark?
Yes.
Don't they have streetlights? Don't they have big beacons that show you where to go and everything? No.
Spotlights.
You're gonna leave those cars in that parking lot, and you're gonna hike into those line cabins in the dark.
That's like the farthest point.
You will make sure that you have a flashlight, a working flashlight. You'll make sure that you can get at it easily. His was on the outside of his pack. That is a properly packed flashlight. And it's also smaller, right? Lots of guys like the headband flashlights. I love them because now you've got a flashlight and you still have both hands. And they're good for setting up tents at night. And the headband flashlights are even lighter, or the ball cap flashlights like this young man's wearing.
Yeah, but we wouldn't
Yep.
be wearing a ball cap in the winter.
Hopefully not.
Oh.
Yeah, although a lot of scouts will bring their ball cap to wear during the day. Right? What I'm talking about that knit cap is that knit cap you need to have to be prepared if it's really cold and to, and to wear at night. Yes,
And
John?
there are headgear to wear over a knit cap.
Those are great. I like those. I like liners. All right? Fleece, I'm sure it's a polyester blended, if not a full, like a polo fleece type liner, which is 100% polyester. Right? Those liners, you can get a 30-degree sleeping bag and put one of those liners in it and drop it 15 degrees in rating. Maybe more. Yes?
They make knit caps a little,
With a little bra visor on the front. I'm suggesting not, because if you wear it at night and you roll over, that hurts.
Yeah. It's like a piece
Ow.
of cardboard.
Right? It's much easier to have the one you can just pull down over your ears and be done. You want to make sure that you stay warm. This is real important, guys. You want to make sure that you stay warm. You know what else that works really well in scouting? Anybody ever heard of a thing called the buddy system?
Yeah.
So what would be a good thing for buddies to do on a winter outing?
Snuggle?
No. Look at each other every once in a while. You look at
Snuggle.
if you look at your buddy, or you're a patrol leader and you look at your patrol, or you're an assistant patrol leader, which is a great job for this, and you're looking at the patrol, is there somebody in the patrol that's blue, or pure white, or bright red and shivering, right? But doesn't want to admit to anything because they forgot and didn't bring their boots, and they're trying to bullet through for the day, and they're not making it? We need to make sure that we take care of each other also. Rope. I believe for Klondike, you guys are gonna talk more about Klondike, I think next week, but there are requirements for things you need to bring, and one of them is rope. Rope, the snow snake, all that good stuff that has to be done. You guys will all be working on that next week probably. Yes?